Hi, this is Town of North Hempstead Supervisor Judy Bosworth. In the interest of keeping our senior population safe, we have partnered with our Project Independence fitness instructors to provide virtual classes. This way, you can still get the exercise you're used to from the safety of your home. Please enjoy.
So hi everybody, my name's Rebecca and I will be guiding you through this gentle yoga class tonight. It's gentle yoga. I do teach a lot of restorative yin online, but when my regular classes with Medwell, I do teach gentle yoga, I teach a vinyasa, I teach restorative yin, and I teach a restorative class, which is just very similar to restorative yin. So today we're just going to take a nice gentle class, but we are going to be doing some poses standing. We're not going to be doing vinyasas, but we're really going to be coming into the poses, just guiding our body as deep as we can, really focusing on those peaceful and humble warriors. So let's go ahead and find a nice comfortable seat anywhere on your mat. Gently breathing through the nose, gentle breaths in and gentle breaths out. In through the nose and out through the nose. Taking those in breaths and just kind of connecting that in breath to a positive thought. It doesn't have to be the same positive thought every time, just something positive, something beautiful. Maybe just, visioning a flower or a great friend. And then on the exhale, just releasing and allowing the body to soften and become a little restful. Inhale, bringing in positive breath, positive energy. Fill your body up with that positive energy. And exhale to release and soften, being gentle to the body, letting tension go. In breaths, nice positive thoughts, positive energy. And exhale to release gently. And just continue with that pattern of breath, the connection of the positive breath in and the exhale, the releasing breath, letting go, letting the body soften. And throughout the practice, we'll be connecting that process, that breathing in and out to our movements. When we breathe in, we rise up, the chest rises, the spine aligns. And when we exhale, the body softens and release, enabling us to come deeper into poses, especially when we start doing our twists. So let's take one nice full deep breath in through the nose. Really fill in that positive energy deep down into the lungs, and exhale to release and let go. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bringing the arms to a T, turning those palms up, and inhaling the hands up. And exhaling to lower them down. Maybe bringing your chin to your chest on the exhale. Inhale those hands up, palms up, fingertips reaching up toward the sky. And exhale, lowering down. And just continue with that. Inhaling, connecting to the breath, to your breath pattern. And exhale, lowering down. Just going to lower the music, continuing with your breathing. I'll make it louder in a little bit. And then one more time, let's bring those hands up, palms touching, and lower the hands to heart center for balance. And let's go ahead and set an intention for our class this evening. Whatever that intention is, as always, you intend to accomplish something. Like I always say, sometimes that intention is just to come to class, just to sit on your mat, just to connect with your instructor and the rest of your class. And take a nice full breath in. Nice long exhale. And then we dedicate our practice to someone or something that brings positive energy to you. Someone who brings you joy, or maybe it's a pet that you just adore. And then when you come back to your dedication throughout your practice this evening, you think of that person or pet. Someone just brings that positive energy and love into your heart, into your body. Deep breath in. And nice long exhale. And then slowly start to inhale your fingers up toward the sky. And cross all the fingers, turn those palms up. Exhale, lowering those hands down, pushing the palms forward. Exhale, exhale, lowering down. Inhale, we rise up. Think of that positive energy. And exhale, lowering down. Keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, rising up. You're pushing your palms forward, really keeping the arms engaged. When those arms are engaged, they're strengthening. Exhale, one more time, lowering down. This time we're going to inhale those hands up, open up the hands, and take a twist to the right. On the exhale, when the body softens, right hand comes behind the back. That back hand should be at the same height or the same level as your seat. So if you are sitting on a block or a bolster or a pillow, you want that back hand at the same height. Left hand on the outside of that right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist to the right. Softening the body. Inhale, lengthening, and exhale, twisting. And just continue with that breath pattern. Inhaling, you rise up. Again, still thinking all those positive energy thoughts. And exhale, releasing the breath, twisting to the right. And one more time, inhaling and exhaling to twist. Hips are forward. And then we slowly come out of a twist. Always come out nice and slow. Inhale those hands up, realign the spine, fingertips reaching up, and then we're taking a twist in the opposite direction. So now that left hand comes behind the back, and the right hand's on the outside of that left knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist. Release that breath, body softens. Now we're guiding the body. You can, if you want, push off a little bit off that left knee with the right palm, just to kind of guide you a little bit deeper. I'm not forcing, right? I'm just kind of helping the body into the twist. Hips are forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist. And let's do that 2 more times at your own pace. And then slowly come out of it, back to center. Inhale those hands up, and then lowering the hands onto the knees. So we're going to warm up the cervical spine now. So let's align the spine. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, hands are on the front of the knees, and just gently turn the head to the right and pause. Center and pause, and then to the left and pause. And just scoop the head in that sequence for just a few breaths. Side to side, warming up the cervical spine. And coming center. Realigning the spine. Slowly lower that right ear toward the right shoulder. Trying to get that right ear close to the shoulder and just guiding. You don't want to bring the shoulder up, so you're lowering the right ear down because we're stretching the left side of the neck. Nice and gentle guide. Listen to the body. I've had some neck issues in my life, so I kind of listen. My neck tells me that you're not going any deeper, or this is good, why don't you guide yourself a little deeper. Now if you want, you can bring that right hand up onto the outside of that left temple and just gently guide the right ear a little bit closer to the right shoulder. Stretching that left side. And then lowering that right hand onto the knee, keeping that right ear where it is. Then we're going to slowly, on the exhale, roll the chin toward the chest, nice and slow. And then inhale, roll that head back until you're gazing up over your head, just right above your eyes. Don't go back too far. And exhale, lowering the chin to the chest. And gazing forward. Let's now lower that left ear toward the left shoulder, stretching out the right side of the neck, right? Remember, left ear, we're guiding the left ear toward the shoulder, not the shoulder up toward the ear. Breathing through it. Gentle breaths in and gentle breaths out here. Then bringing the left hand up to the right side of the temple and gently guiding the left ear toward the left shoulders. This is a little more intense. You don't have to do that. You can just leave the left hand on the knee. That's up to you. Just really have to listen to your body. But let's all just bring the left hand onto the left knee and slowly exhale your chin towards your chest. And then rolling your head back so that you're gazing right over your head. Don't bring the head back too far. And exhale, nice. Bring those arms to a T. Inhale those hands up. We're going to take a twist again. We're going to twist to the right for 2 breaths. That's in and out breaths. Inhale and exhale. Hips are forward. Inhale and exhale. Slowly come out of it. Nice. Back to center. Inhale those arms up. And then twist again to the left. Inhale and exhale. And slowly come back to center. So now we're going to do our side stretches. I like to have blocks handy. I don't usually use them for side stretches, but I do like to show you what you can do. If you have a block or if you're feeling a little tight on one side, listen to the body. So let's inhale those hands up and slowly lower the hands down. You're going to walk the right hand out to the right. I hope everybody can see the mat. My right hand is on the mat. If you want, you can bring your right forearm onto the mat. Whatever you're feeling you need to do, you're going to lift that left hand up. And then you're going to bring the left hand over to the right. If you're feeling any tightness anywhere, you can always just bring that left elbow up, great stretch for the upper part of that rib cage on the left side. Or just bring the left fingertips up, really listen to the body. If you want, you can fold, soften that forearm and bring it down to the earth, or you can bring it onto a block. On the inhales, you're just going to be reaching that left hand over to the right. Nice stretch. Oh yeah. And then exhale, just release the breath. Maybe the body just softens a little bit, or maybe you're going to guide the body into a deeper hold. That's up to you. If you feel that left side lift up, you can always use that right hand to help you ground your seat down. And let's just push on that right hand now, nice and slow. And let's come on up. Realign the spine here. Nice stretch. Love that full stretch. Okay, let's lower both hands down. Now you're going to walk the left hand out to the left side. You can ground that left palm in the earth, or you can put that left forearm on the block. That right hand's coming up. Remember, it could be the elbow, or you can bring that right hand up and over toward the left side. Breathing in, and then on the exhale, fold. Or just allow that exhale to let the body soften. And you'll fold a little bit, just kind of guiding the body here. Stretching, nice stretch along the right side. I love this stretch. And slowly start to push yourself up. Inhale those hands up, nice. Let's take that twist again, okay? Twist to the right. Right hand comes behind the back, left hand on the outside of that right knee. And just taking 2 breaths here, just like we did before. Twists are great, especially if you've had dinner. Kind of massage the inner organs and the colon and all that fun stuff. And let's slowly come back to center. Inhale up and exhale, twisting to the left. I'm feeling better. I feel like I'm getting some good oxygen in and positive energy. Let's slowly come back to center. Inhale those hands up, realign the spine. And then let's bring the hands onto the knees. If you want, we've been seated a little while. You can always stretch the legs out. I mean, you're home. Do whatever you feel you need to do. Bring that knee in. Bring the other knee in. Whatever you're feeling you need to do. Maybe you're just great seated like this. So go ahead and find your soft seat, your comfortable yoga seat. And we're going to do some seated cat and cows now before we come into our forward fold and then into tabletop. So let's go ahead and place our hands on the front of our knees. We're going to bring our chest up. We're going to inhale because we're rising up into cow. And then exhale, release the breath, straighten out those arms, chin to chest, round that spine for cat. Inhale, come on up into cow. Exhale into cat, chin to chest. And take about 3 of these at your own pace. Remember, everybody has a little bit of a different breath pattern. So let's inhale nice positive energy, okay? Think about something so positive. Exhale, releasing and softening, especially from that lower back. Let all that tension and negative energy out. Inhale. I'm going to do one more. So I don't know where you guys all are, but I'm feeling this nice cat cow. One more time. Cat. Exhale. And inhale, coming back into your cow. Wasn't that nice? Let's inhale the hands out. Realign the spine. Good stretch of the spine. Let's lift that right hand up. Kind of just take a little bit of a fold over toward the right. Nice stretch. And then bring that left hand up. Same thing here. You could bring the right hand onto the left knee. Not too deep. Just a nice stretch. Nice. Beautiful. So now we're going to come into a forward fold. I usually like to come into a forward fold from hinging from the hips. Bringing the thumbs into that little hip crease there. So let's go ahead and just push your thumbs into your hip crease. Align that spine. Get a nice alignment of the spine. And then hinge from the hips, coming forward and lower it down. So here, if you have a blanket or props in front of you, you can lower your hands onto a blanket or the block, bring the earth a little bit closer, depending on your fold. But once you start to feel your back rounding or your neck rounding, that's really when you want to bring those hands out in front of you and keep that spine aligned in this forward fold. So if your hands are out in front of you, you want to inhale and walk the hands out a little bit further. If you have blocks, you can bring the blocks in front of you and come down onto your forearms. Or if you have books or pillows, remember the blocks have a lot of different heights because of all the different sides. So whatever you're feeling. So we're hinging from the hip. If you hold that belly in, of course, if you have like a 6-pack, you don't have to hold it in. It just naturally goes in. I don't have that anymore. I don't know if I ever did. But anyway, hold that belly in. You may find a little bit more distance in that forward fold. Exhaling in that forward fold. Releasing, letting go. Any discomfort in the lower back, you always walk the hands back toward you. You don't want to have any discomfort in that forward fold in the lower back, okay? Maybe if you want to walk both hands to the right, kind of almost like twisting the upper body from the waist up, and slowly walk both hands, kind of like in that tenting on your fingers, and going to the left. And let's do that one more time. Nice and slow. Any discomfort in the lower back, this doesn't feel comfortable, stay in your forward fold. And one more time to the left. Nice. And coming back to center. And slowly walk yourself up to that comfortable seat. Inhale those hands up, realign the spine. Nice. And then bring those hands onto the knees. Bring the knees together and just stretch out the legs a little bit before we come into tabletop. Maybe flex the feet, spread out the toes, whatever you feel you need to do. And then just find your tabletop. So if you have a blanket and you want to put the blanket under your knees, I like to do that because my knees have become very sensitive in my young age. We're so young, all of us, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and find tabletop. All about alignment and balance. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, Tops of the feet are on the earth, gazing down toward the front of the mat. You want to be looking toward the front of your mat. You don't want to be looking up. You want that cervical spine aligned with the rest of the spine. And just start to move your hips to the left and the right, swaying. Trying to get the hips close to the earth, taking your time, moving to your comfort. And then when you bring the hips to the right, just kind of hang out there for a breath. Lowering the hips down, and then doing the same thing on the left side. And then coming back to your tabletop. Let's go ahead and take some half circles here. Just kind of getting rotation, the hips. We were seated for a while. Let's say how long? Yeah, about 15 minutes. So let's get some nice blood flow in the hips and some nice stretching there. And then coming back to center. We'll do a little bit of spinal balance here too. So find your neutral tabletop. We're sending that right foot back. Right foot is flexed. Left hand's coming forward, palms facing in. You're still gazing down toward the front of the mat. Left fingertips really reaching in front of you. That right foot reaching behind you. Nice stretch. Really kind of giving that lower back a nice stretch too. We're going to take 2 elbow to knees here. So we're going to exhale the left elbow to the right knee. Round that spine, chin to chest. Inhale back into spinal balance. Exhale. Back into spinal balance. And 1 breath in and out. And then come on back into tabletop. Let's go ahead and lower our seat toward our heels, coming into child's pose. Bringing those hands out in front of you. You can do a wide leg child's pose if you want. If you do, just kind of see if you can shimmy that upper body down toward the earth. While you're keeping those arms engaged, sliding, trying to slide your seat closer towards your heels by pushing off from your palms. So keeps those arms nice and engaged. You can bring that forehead to the earth. You could come to child's pose any point during your practice too. And let's slowly come up back into our tabletop. Line that tabletop, realign yourself. Send that left foot back. Left foot is flexed. Right hand comes forward, palm facing in. And just reaching that left foot behind you. Right fingertip in front. Gonna take 2 elbow to knees here. Elbow, knee, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale back into spinal balance. Exhale. And back into spinal balance. And come back into your tabletop. Let's move the hips from side to side again. We're gonna curl our toes under now. We're gonna come into our first downward dog. We're not gonna be in downward dog a long time at all, just to help us come up into our standing poses. So curl those toes under, lift the hips up. If you have anything on your mat, a blanket, blocks, please clear the mat. And then just start to soften those, walk the dog here, lower 1 knee toward the earth, rotating the ankles a little bit, whatever you feel the body needs in your first downward dog. Taking some movement, coming to stillness, and then slowly walk your hands to meet your feet at the back of the mat. So here, you can soften the knees, bring the upper body onto the top of the knees, bring the hands to the earth, and then straighten the legs out. You can also grab a block, bring those hands up, coming into that forward fold. So we're gonna come into a half lift, exhale into a forward fold, and slowly rise up. Stay where you are on your mat. I'm just gonna move here so I can see you guys can see me. So rising up, once the crown of the head is up, then let's go ahead and bring those arms up for a nice full body standing stretch. Exhale into a forward fold. Soften those knees. Knees don't have to be straight. If you soften the knees and then once the fingertips come down to the earth or your block, then you can try to straighten out the knees a little bit. That's how you work into it. Inhale to the half lift. Hands on the shins or on the earth or on a block or a blanket. Exhale into the forward fold. And slowly rise up. bring those hands up and bring the hands to heart center. So now with everybody at the back of the mat, we're gonna come first into humble warrior. So you're gonna send your right foot forward, first warrior one, I'm sorry. So bringing that right foot forward, that left foot stays back, maybe you move it to a 45-degree angle, hips are forward, right knee stays over the right ankle. If your right knee passes the right ankle, usually that just means your feet are too close together, so you can kind of send that right foot out. So once you've got the hips forward, core is engaged, shoulders are stacked, legs are in warrior one, let's go ahead and bring the hands up for warrior one. Taking a nice full breath here. Exhale, let it go. Shoulders are down away from the ear. Shoulders love to come up. I don't know why. Mine do. And we're going to come into humble warrior from here. So I'm going to move this way. I think this would be the best angle to see. So your hips are forward. You're in warrior one. The first thing we're going to do though is we're going to come into cactus arms. So we're taking a full breath in. And on the exhale, allow the arms to open. You're bringing the shoulder blades together behind you so the chest opens up. Shoulders are more relaxed. Shoulder blades are coming closer. Very important here, we're guiding. Don't force the chest open. Just open enough with a nice gentle kind of bringing the shoulders together on the exhale. So we're nice and open here, just holding for a breath or two. Let's go ahead and take another nice full breath in. Exhale, try to bring those shoulder blades together a little bit now. So now that we're nice and open on top, this is gonna help us come into humble warrior because now we're going to bring our hands behind our back. Hoping you guys can see me. So you've got your hands, fingers are crossed, hands are behind the back. If you want, you can come into humble warrior by standing, just standing up, keeping that chest open, gazing up over your head. Or you can hinge from the hips, coming forward, lowering the crown of the head down toward the earth, and then lifting your hands are very sweaty, lifting your hands up even if it's just an inch, even if it's just a little bit. Bringing the hands up. If you bring the shoulders together, you may find the hands come up a little bit higher. I'm a little tight tonight, so this is where I'm going. I'm not forcing. So before we rise up, you're gazing at that left foot, crown of the head's reaching down toward the earth. Before we rise up, bring the hands onto the lower back. Now we're going to engage the core. And remember, make sure that back foot, you've got that back foot grounded. You don't want all the weight on the right knee. Engage your core to help you rise up. Nice. Bring those hands up back into warrior one. Bring the hands together, lower to heart center, and see if you can bring the left foot to the front of the mat to meet the right. Nice, right? Let's inhale the hands up and exhale into a forward fold. Again, you can soften the knees if you want, or you can just come into your forward fold, maybe on a block, any direction, or just down to the mat. Coming into that half lift, halfway between the earth and the sky. Exhale, forward fold, and slowly rise up. And when that crown of the head is up, bring those hands up for that nice full body stretch. Palms and fingers together, and lower to heart center. So I'm going to go in the other direction. You guys stay where you are. Hands are at heart center. Now we're going to send the right foot, because you should be at the front of your mat. We're going to send that right foot back. So the right foot comes back, 45 degree. We're coming into warrior one. Now with that left foot forward, right? Is that how we are? Hopefully. Let's bring those hands up. Hips are forward. Taking a nice full breath in, engaging the core. Full breath in, exhale, coming into cactus arms. Opening up the chest, bringing the shoulder blades together, right? Nice open. Again, don't force that chest open. Just connect to the breath. Exhale, you soften a little bit. Should be easier to open up. We did the same thing on the other side, so you should be a little bit more open. Now that chest is nice and open.
So it'll make it a little bit easier to prepare for humble warrior. Humble warrior. So warriors can be humble. It is a humbling pose. Left knee stays over that left ankle. Bring those hands back. Connect all the fingers. Keep the palms together. Gaze up toward the sky. You can stay here for your humble warrior, connecting to your breath, or you can hinge over, bringing the left shoulder close to that left knee, crown of the head reaching down toward the earth, gazing at the right foot. And then see if you can lift your hands up off your lower back, even if it's just an inch. Maybe stick your thumbs onto the lower back and then bring those thumbs up. Just see if you can get them up a little bit. Maybe bringing the shoulder blades together helps you get them up a little higher. And slowly lower the hands onto the lower back. Engage the core. Inhale those hands up. Coming back into your warrior one. Palms and fingers together. Lower to heart center. Bring that right foot. Now to meet the left foot at the front of the mat. Nice. Let's inhale those hands up. And exhale into a forward fold. And coming to your half lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And slowly rising up. One vertebra at a time, bringing those hands up. And lowering the hands down to heart center. So now you're at the front of the mat again. And this time, we're going to send that left foot back, coming into warrior two. So the left foot is parallel with the wall behind you. The right foot is facing forward. Right knee is over that right ankle. Right heel intersects that left foot. This left leg is fully engaged. The left foot is grounded in the earth. You want to make sure that you focus on both feet, both legs. You don't want too much weight in that right leg. We tend to kind of put most of our weight into that front leg. So one of the ways that I was taught how to kind of figure out how to kind of balance your weight, because it's just like instinctual to kind of get all that weight in that right knee, is kind of imagine that you're splitting the mat apart. So the left foot's pushing to the back and the right foot's pushing forward. So you're kind of doing that at an equal power. So that's going to help keep that left foot and left leg engaged. Let's bring the arms to a T. Gaze over those right fingertips. That right hand is forward, left hand's behind you. You want the left hand also at shoulder height. Take a few breaths here. Maybe bring the shoulder blades a little closer here. That'll help with alignment and opening up the chest. Nice and open tonight. Let's turn that right palm up. We're going to come into warrior two. I'm sorry, peaceful warrior. We are in warrior two. So we're slowly lowering the left hand onto the left leg, and that right hand's coming up and over behind you, stretching that right side. Breathing through it. Try not to keep those legs still in warrior two. Nice stretch on the right side. Left hand's on that left leg. Right knee is over that right ankle. Breathing gentle breaths and exhaling. Nice. And then slowly coming back into warrior two. Nice full warrior two here. So we've done humble warrior and now we're doing peaceful warrior. Gazing over the right fingertips. And then we're going to straighten that right leg. Pivot the right foot forward. And we're going to hinge forward, coming into a wide leg forward fold. So slowly lowering down. You can keep the spine aligned. You can also soften the knees, whatever feels right to you. You can lower the hands to the earth, and you can walk those toes in a little bit, whatever is most comfortable for you. And let's just start to walk the hands to the right foot, straightening out that left leg, though you're straightening it out with the foot parallel, and then soften that left knee and straighten out that right leg. And just do this. We're going to do this a few times. So nice walk. Now see if you can bring that right shoulder to the inside of that right knee with that right knee soft. And then do the same thing on the left side. Left shoulder comes to the inside of that left leg. Right leg, right foot stays nice and grounded. And then walk yourself back to center. And soften those knees and slowly rise up. Bring those arms to a T. And start to pivot the left foot now in the other direction. So we're going to come in warrior two now with the left foot forward. Again, kind of imagine you're splitting the mat from the center in opposite directions to make sure you've got the equal amount of weight on both legs. Bring those arms to a T. Fingers reaching in opposite direction. Arms are engaged, gazing over the left fingertips. Turn that left palm up, coming into peaceful warrior. Right hand on that right leg. I love peaceful warrior. It's just so engaging. It's relaxing but challenging. You're inhaling, you're reaching, your legs are in warrior two. Every part of the body has an action. Right hand's on that right leg. Right foot's parallel. Right leg's engaged. Left knee's over the left ankle. Left hand's reaching right, stretching the left side of the body. Exhale to soften. So much is going on. And then let's come back to warrior two. Gazing over the left fingertips. Maybe bring those shoulder blades together so that you're kind of a little bit more aligned. Straighten that left leg. Pivot the left toes forward. We're going to hinge forward again. Soften the knees. This time we're going to come into a wide leg forward fold ragdoll. So grab onto opposite elbows and just allow the upper body like a ragdoll to soften. Maybe bringing that right elbow to the right leg and left. I'm just taking some movement here. Listening to the body, no jerky motions. And then just hanging here for a breath or two. And slowly lowering the hands down toward the earth. You can always bring the hands onto a block. Again, you can have the block in different directions. One of the things I like to offer in a wide leg forward fold, if you're not someone who's attempted or lowers their head to the earth, is you can take a block and see if you can lower your head onto the block. And then eventually you move the block lower down to the lower side, and eventually you can connect to the earth. It's just a nice way to kind of get the earth closer and just kind of feel what it would feel like. And let's move everything out of the way. Soften those knees and rise up. Bring those arms to a T. Bring those hands up. Lower the hands to heart center. We're going to pivot the right leg, the right foot again toward the front. The right foot will be the front. Coming back into warrior two. Bring those arms to a T. Make sure you have a block nearby. We're going to come into triangle pose. So we're going to straighten that right leg. If you have a block nearby, you want to put the block, you can put the block in front of your right foot. Some people like to have the block on the inside or in front or behind. So whatever is comfortable for you in triangle pose. You want that right hand connected with something. So it's either on the block, it's either on the earth, or if you just have it up against that right leg. And then just bring the left hand up. Left hand's coming up. Right side of the body's over the right leg. Trying not to come too far forward. Yeah, you have to work at that. I haven't done triangle in a while, so yeah, it takes a while to get the side of the body over that right leg. What we're going to do now is come into peaceful triangle. So we're going to keep that right leg straight. Soften it if you have any discomfort. Listen to the body. And slowly bring the right fingertips up toward the sky. Left hand's on that left leg. And let's gaze at that right thumb. So you're gazing up. Fingertips are reaching up. And exhale. And slowly bring the arms to a T. Let's pivot the right foot forward. And pivot the left foot now. So the left foot's in front. You can bring that. Let's come into warrior two, just for a breath. Then straighten that left leg. So we're going to come into triangle pose now on the left side. So you can reach the left fingertips in front of you and start to lower that left hand to the earth, to a block. And again, block has a lot of different sides. Or you can just bring the left hand to the inside of the left leg. You want to make sure the left hand's grounded. You don't want to kind of reach in because then you could strain. Right fingertips reaching up, left side of the body is over that left leg. You want to kind of imagine you're between two panes of glass. And slowly rise up, coming into peaceful triangle. A lot of peace going on here in this practice today. Right fingertips are reaching up, gazing at that left thumb. Right hand on the right leg. Breathing in, reaching up. Exhale, releasing and soften. Very nice. And then slowly coming back to a T. Let's pivot the left foot one more time. And we're gonna exhale into that wide leg forward fold one more time. This time you can soften the knees, slowly come down, round the spine. See if you can move those fingertips. Your hands are on the earth, wrists are forward, fingertips are behind you. Kind of give those wrists a little bit of a stretch here. And you can soften one knee or soften the other. At this time, I'd like to offer, if you have a favorite wide leg forward fold pose, if you do want to come down onto the head, if you want to just come into Ragdoll, anything that you would like to do in your wide leg forward fold, go ahead. Whatever you're feeling. I'm just going to soften one knee and then the other. Really stretching out my hamstrings a little bit. Keeping that foot grounded. And slowly come forward, finding your way back into that wide leg forward fold, tenting the fingers. Let's keep the right hand on the earth here and bring that left hand up, coming into a twist. So left fingertips are coming up just for one quick twist. And lower the left hand to the earth. You can actually lower the left hand onto a block if you want, and then bring the right fingertips up, or remember the block can go anywhere. You can tent the hands. And slowly lower down, softening those knees, and rising up. Bringing the arms to a T, arms up for that nice stretch, lower to heart center. So let's go ahead now and pivot the right toes one more time toward the front of the mat. Soften that right knee, your hands are at heart center. Walk that left foot or take a big step to the front of the mat. We have a little time, not a lot. Let's just do a little bit of balancing. So you're at the front of the mat now. Just start to shift all your weight into that right foot. And pivot the left leg toward the left side of the room. You can. We're coming into tree pose. So what you want to do too is find a spot on the wall, your dristy, something that's not moving, not a fan, something that you can focus on. And then you're going to bring the left foot and you can just lean it up against that right ankle or bring the right foot in above or below the knee. You just don't want any part of the left foot against the knee on the right leg. Ooh, where's my balance? I was going to attempt a half lotus. I don't know if I can. You can try half lotus if you want. Usually I get it. Bring those hands to heart center. Inhale the hands up. We're going to come into cactus arms, right? A cactus is a plant, I think, but we're in tree pose, so plant's close enough. Big breath in and exhale to open up. Remember how we open the chest when we're preparing to come into humble warrior? Yeah, keeping that openness going. Beautiful. And if you want to lower the elbows down in one way or the other, if you come out, you come back in, find your balance. Inhale those hands up. Lower to heart center, send that left knee up, and extend the leg out and lower down. And shake out that right side. Whew, feels good. It's warm in my house. Whew. Let's inhale those hands up. Bring those palms together to heart center. Find that dristy. Shift all the weight into the left foot. Pivot the right leg now toward the right side of the room. Bring that right foot into that left leg, above or below the knee. Just make sure it's not, that right foot isn't touching the knee at all. Nice. Inhale the hands up. This time we're just gonna open up our branches. If you want to challenge here, you can close your eyes or look up. Nice. Inhale those hands up and lower to heart center. Bring that right knee up. Extend that right leg out and slowly lower down. And shake that left side out. Beautiful. And you should all be at the front of the mat now, right? Let's bring those hands up. We're going to take a nice dive forward fold. Soften the hands. Bring the hands to the outside of the feet. Send the feet back. Coming into your final downward dog. You can walk the dog, any kind of downward dog that you're feeling. You can just fold it. And then slowly lower the knees to the earth. You can always put a blanket under your knees in child's pose or any pose, you know, like tabletop or anywhere that you feel you need a little cushion on the knees. And find your child's pose again. Wide leg, or bringing the knees together. Still active though, still pushing the earth away so that you can get the seat close to the heels. That'll help. And slowly start to walk those knees together. And find yourself in the middle of the mat. Hopefully everybody can see me. So I'm seated in the middle of the mat. We're gonna come down onto the mat, slowly reclining, engage the core here. So you can assist yourself by bringing your hands behind the hamstring to lower yourself down, or you can engage the core. And just take 3 or 4 breaths till you get down onto the mat. And once you're down on the mat, bring those knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a hug. Move from side to side. And coming to stillness here. Let's just go ahead. We're going to do our wind reliever pose before we come into more of our final rest. So cross both fingers on both hands. Bring them down around that right shin. Send that left foot up and slowly lower that left leg down. And you're just going to be sliding that right knee behind you. So breathing in and exhaling to release and let go. On those softening breaths, those exhales, that's when you're going to be sliding. That's when the body softens. So the left foot's going forward, left foot's flexed. That right knee, you're just guided. You're not pushing down on that right shin. That's not good for the knee. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. You can always bring your hands onto the hamstring of the right leg. You don't have to kind of slide with the knee folded. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring that left knee in to meet the right and move from side to side. And then come to stillness, bringing both hands around that left knee now, around the left shin. Send that right foot up and lower down. And start to slide that left knee behind you. Right foot's pushing in front of you. Left knee's behind you. Connecting to the breath, in and out. Those exhales, releasing, letting go. Connecting to that breath. Inhale and exhale. Exhale is when you're guiding this stretch, this deep stretch. Right foot's reaching in front of you, left foot behind you. Left knee rather. And slowly coming in, moving yourself from side to side. Taking your time here. And then coming to stillness. We're going to find our inversion now. So if you have a block or a pillow and you want to put it under your sacrum, or you have, and something that you want to stack under there, sometimes you could just use your hands. Send those feet up, flex the feet, and point the toes and flex the feet. Maybe rotate the ankles a little bit. This is the part of the practice where your feet are the happiest. We're not sitting on them, we're not standing on them. Your feet are up toward the sky, the blood flow's coming down. The legs should even start to feel a little bit lighter. If you want, you can open the legs up a little bit. You can send one front, one back, scissor the legs, crisscross. As long as the feet are up, they're really getting a good, they're getting the benefit of the inversion. You can soften the knees or bring them in if you want. Or you can just leave the feet up, keeping the feet flexed. Another little trick that I learned from me, how to keep my feet flexed in an inversion, because I'm always kind of like torn how to do it, is I focus on pushing the heels up. So I'm pushing the heels up, helps me to keep the feet flexed in the inversion. 1 or 2 more breaths here. And slowly start to bring those knees in. We're going to come right into our happy baby. But if you have something under the back, lower the feet, lift those hips up and remove the block or the pillows. And then slowly, I'm grabbing the outside of the feet, coming into your happy baby and moving from side to side. You know, in happy baby, you can take any movement that you want. You can stretch one leg or both legs. You can come into a yogi toe lock. Just kind of moving from side to side. Your kind of basic happy baby is just kind of having the heels aligned over the knees, moving from side to side. And then coming to stillness here in your happy baby. And slowly moving the feet together. We're going to lower the feet onto the mat before we come into our Shavasana. We're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is the reclining butterfly pose. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet together and just try to find comfort with the upper back on the mat. So shimmy around, maybe bring the shoulder blades together. If the soles of the feet are together, the closer the heels are toward your body, the more intense this pose is. The further the toes are, closer to the front of the mat, the less intense it is. But you know what? You may also want to bring a block under one leg or whatever the body's feeling, or just listening to the body. Palms are facing up toward the sky, shoulders are together, chest is open, hips are opening. We're not going to be here that long because we're moving into our final rest. And slowly start to push the soles of the feet together, bringing those knees together, and then extending the legs out toward the edge of the mat, finding your restful Shavasana. Palms are facing up toward the sky. Feet are just relaxing open, finding a nice, gentle, melting comfort throughout the spine. And gently closing your eyes. Maybe taking a little mini meditative journey, a little imagination journey. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can be with anybody you want to be with. You can be any age that you want to be. I always just find myself at a beach with warm sand under my feet. You can hear the ocean. Feel a little warm breeze on my face. That's where I go in my Shavasana. I allow the exhales to continue to allow my body to soften. Slowly, just start to move your head from side to side. Don't rush through it. Just side to side, just like we did in the beginning of class, where we were warming up the cervical spine and we just moved the head from side to side. And start to wiggle the fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And then you're going to bring your hands way up over your head, coming into a nice reclining full body stretch, sending those feet forward, hands behind you, taking in a breath or two, and then slowly bringing the knees in towards your chest. rolling onto your right side. Coming into Garbhasana, using the right arm as a pillow. That left hand comes in front of you, in front of the heart on the earth. Garbhasana is fetal pose. Just making sure you bring those knees nice and close in towards your chest, just to give that lower back and the rest of your spine a nice spinal stretch. Garbhasana is fetal pose and represents a fresh start and a new beginning. So it's kind of nice to come to the conclusion of a class knowing that the work you've done offers you a fresh start. So whenever you're ready, just kind of using your hands and slowly helping yourself up into a comfortable seat, right where we started class. Taking your time, positive breaths in and still exhaling to release and let go. And let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center. And I'd like to thank you all for allowing me to guide you through Om Shanti, 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 Om Peace. Peace to you all and to all of your families. Namaste.